All right, to get more election updates, we're joined by DD India correspondents. We're joined in by Akshay Dongre, who's joining us from Bhopal, and we're joined in by Siddharth Bhardwaj, who is joining us from Raipur. Good morning, both of you. First, Akshay, I will put questions to you. We see that the third phase of polling will happen tomorrow. And when we talk of Madhya Pradesh, then 8 seats in the state will be going to polls. Get us a sense of these particular seats. Let us understand the political contest from you. How important is this third phase of polling for the state of Madhya Pradesh?
Well, it's quite important because there are 9 constituencies that are going for polls, because the last time around when 7 constituencies were supposed to go for polls due to the death of one of the candidates from the Bahujat Samaj Party in the Betul seat, the elections are being held this time in this phase instead of the last phase where it was scheduled. So in the last phase there were 6 constituencies that went for polls, and this time around there will be 9 constituencies out of the total 29 constituencies that will be going for polls. But before we get into the political context of the entire elections, let me just show you the kind of preparation that goes on behind what we call the world's largest election, world's greatest election, the Great Indian Election. In fact, we are right now here at one of the distribution center in Bhopal, and from the number of poll officials that are here, you can get a sense of the preparations that go into conducting smooth and free elections. These are just the officials for one constituency, that is Bhopal, in which there are about 2,200 polling booths. So all of these people are not passerby, random strangers. These are all poll officials coming in from different constituencies, coming in from different areas, making all the preparations that all of the equipment that they have to get from here, from this particular distribution center. They get, in fact, besides these people, there are other poll officials here as well, election officials that are in this part of the structure that have been made by the Election Commission of India, and this is all to ensure that the poll officials also do not find it inconvenient to get the equipments like the electronic voting machines, the paper ballots, the VVPads, so everything that they have to get, they will be getting from here, and it is being done in a seamless manner, because if there are 2,200 poll booths only in Bhopal, then we can imagine that there are about 29 seats. There are over 500 seats across the country. Every constituency has about 2,000 to 2,500 polling booths. Especially here in Bhopal, there are 2,200 polling booths. Every polling booth requires about 10 to 15 election commission officials. So you can understand by the sheer number of the people who are present here to get their equipment, and then they will be making their journey to their polling booths, where they will be setting up the polling booths much ahead of the scheduled polling time that will be starting from early morning tomorrow. Preeti, besides the preparations that have gone in to conduct the elections, as far as the political context of this election is concerned, then it has some of the heavyweights that will be contesting in the election, including the former Chief Minister from the Congress Party, that is Digvijay Singh, contesting from Rajgarh. There is a former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, in fact the longest serving Chief Minister, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who is contesting from Vidisha against the Indian National Congress candidate. From Bhopal, there is Alok Sharma, former mayor, who is contesting, and from Guna constituency, there is a former Union Aviation Minister, Jyotiraditya Scindia. So he's also contesting from the Guna constituency. So all of this is happening in just this phase. After this phase, there will be another, in fourth phase as well, there will be seats going in for polls from Indore, from Ujjain, other seats as well from the Malwa belt. So this is all being done to, now as far as the preparations are concerned, it's all being done to ensure smooth and free and fair elections. But as far as the political context of this poll is concerned, it is quite significant as far as the heavyweights are there. Preeti, back to you.
All right. So elaborate arrangements are being made by the Election Commission of India, and we have been apprising our viewers from time to time about the special measures that have been put in place. From here, we turn focus to Raipur. Siddharth Bhardwaj is joining us from there. Siddharth, good morning. We see the third phase of polling will be happening tomorrow, and 93 seats in Chhattisgarh will go to polls. Let us understand the political contest, the political landscape in these particular states, and also how crucial would this phase of polling be in Chhattisgarh, the third phase of polling tomorrow.
Well, definitely. First of all, a very good morning to you, Preeti. I'm here in Raigad, which is the capital of Chhattisgarh. And the political battle as far as this constituency is concerned, then it is a bipolar contest between the BJP and the Congress. And this is not something new, Preeti. This has been since decades now. Because it has been a bipolar contest since decades, and specifically since the time Chhattisgarh has been carved out from Madhya Pradesh in 2000s. The contest has been bipolar here. Third parties tried their luck but couldn't make a dent, couldn't pierce through the wall made with the bricks of BJP and the Congress. Now, talking about the contestants here, Preeti, then Brijmohan Agrawal has been fielded from the BJP and Vikas Upadhyay has been fielded from the Congress. So, like I said, the battle is between the BJP and the Congress. Let me take you back in 2019. The numbers speak for themselves. In 2019, Preeti, BJP got 9 seats out of 11 seats which are here up for grabs in the state of Chhattisgarh, and Congress could only get 2. Whereas in 2014, Preeti, BJP got 10 seats out of 11 seats and Congress just got 1. So it is very evident here in this region that BJP is a dominant force. And this time around as well, the BJP is eyeing for a resounding win. And on the other hand, Congress is trying to get some decent numbers. But it rests in the hand of voters ultimately when they'll be casting their ballot on May 7th, that who they will be electing their MP from this constituency, and the result for which will be out on June 4th. Back to you, Preeti.
All right, Siddharth, when we talk of the preparations, then we've seen that in the last 2 phases, the voter turnout was impressive in Chhattisgarh. Now, when we talk of the 3rd phase of polling, we also see that elaborate arrangements are being made by the Election Commission to encourage voters to step out and vote. Just quickly get us a gist of any special arrangements which have been put in place by the Election Commission in this regard to ensure that voting in the 3rd phase is also, the voting also matches the impressive numbers we've seen in the first 2 phases.
Well, definitely. And it's a very good news, in fact, Preeti, that in the state of Chhattisgarh, wherein we are hearing from all the states that the voter percentage has gone down, surprisingly, in the state of Chhattisgarh, the voter percentage has gone up, which is a very good news. This certainly means that people are getting aware. They now know what it means to exercise their right. They know that to cast their ballot means a lot, because ultimately they are the people who will be selecting their MPs and they are the ones responsible for the betterment of Chhattisgarh. Now, talking about the awareness programs, they are very, very much required. Even though the voting percentage has gone up, but awareness programs are very much required to create awareness amongst the voters, to tell them that, look, go out and vote on May 7. This is not the time you sit at your place, relax. This day has been given to you to go out of your houses, stand in the queues, vote, and then do whatever you want to do. Now, here in Raipur, Preeti, an awareness program by Sweep icon Vishwanath was organized, and it was a 2-day campaign. Now, let's quickly understand what Sweep is. Sweep is a flagship program of the Election Commission of India to create awareness amongst the voters, Preeti. Now, what happened? Turmeric with yellow rice mixed invitations were distributed to the people in every corner here in Raipur. To create awareness amongst the people, like I said, and to appeal to them, to appeal to them, it's a polite appeal that come, vote. This is to exercise your right. You will be selecting your MP. But one thing which I would like to highlight here, Preeti, is that why only turmeric and rice? So you must be knowing that specifically, Preeti, in the Hindu tradition, rice is used when something auspicious is being done. So here, the awareness program is also ultimately telling to the voters that this is not just an electoral process. This is something auspicious. Casting your ballot is something very auspicious. So go out and vote. This is the time you exercise your right.
All right. Yes, this is the time to exercise your right. I'll take that forward to our correspondent, Akshay, who's there in Bhopal. Akshay, 9 out of 29 seats are going to polls in this phase. You explained to us the political contest, but also when we talk of the political parties, then, for Congress, it is becoming, in fact, a difficult task to keep the flock together, because we've seen, a number of party members are joining BJP. So this is a very important concern for the political parties. When we talk of these particular 9 seats, that will be going to polls tomorrow. Help us understand what are the priorities which these political parties will be vying on. One, because we've talked about the interest of the voters, we've talked about the measures that have been taken by the Election Commission. But when we talk of the concerns of the political parties, the challenges that are faced by them, let us understand more from you. How do you gauge that in the state of Madhya Pradesh?
Well, Preeti, I'll answer all of your questions one by one. First of all, if we talk about the political context of the state of Madhya Pradesh, then as far as the history goes, like Siddharth was explaining, the state of Madhya Pradesh also has this bipolar contest between the BJP and the Congress party. Because these are the two parties that have been traditionally forming government in the state. This is Madhya Pradesh, that is in central India, is also considered part of the Hindi heartland. BJP has been a dominant force here. In fact, Bhopal has been in control of the Bharatiya Janata Party since 1989. So it's about 35 years that the BJP has been ruling the state constituency of Bhopal. As far as the leaders are concerned, some of the top leaders come from the BJP when it comes to the state of Madhya Pradesh. That includes Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and now they have other leaders like Narottam Mishra. They have Jyotiraditya Scindia, who has defected from the Congress party several years back. And as far as the keeping the flock together is concerned, then yes, it is going to be difficult for the Congress party, because if you look at the performances of these political parties, then in 2019, out of 29 seats, BJP got 28. That is almost 97% or 95 to 97% of the accuracy rate for the BJP. In 2014, the performance was equally good. The BJP got 27 out of 29 seats, 2 went to the Congress. And even if you go further back in 2009, then even then the BJP had outperformed the Congress party, even though the Congress party was a larger force. Then they formed the government in the central, they formed the government in the center. So yes, despite the fact that Madhya Pradesh is a saffron citadel, it is considered a stronghold for the Bharatiya Janata Party. The Congress party is seeing defections after defection, because there are about 3 MLAs that have already left the Congress party this year alone and joined the BJP. The candidate from the Indore constituency has withdrawn his candidature even before the elections were held. So all of these are the issues for the Congress party that they have to deal with. And when it comes to the priorities, Preeti, then there are 2 clear priorities for both the parties. For the BJP, it is to get maximum number of seats. They are this time around aiming for all 29 out of 29 seats to ensure that the total number of seats that they win in the central government goes above 400. That has been a slogan for the BJP as well. Whereas for the Congress party, it is about as much damage as they can inflict upon the BJP, break as many seats as possible from the BJP, and to ensure that the BJP does not get all of the seats or does not repeat the performances that it had in 2014 and 2019. So that these are the priorities for the political parties, but it remains to be seen, and obviously it is only after the voters have cast their ballot and the results are out, we'll get to know that how successful were these political parties in gaining what they had to.
All right, so it is indeed a litmus test for the political parties, but we'll see how the days ahead pan out. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us this morning on DD India News Hour. So those were our correspondents, Akshay Dongre and Siddharth Bhardwaj, joining us